Hello, hello, hello. Hey Abdul, you're already here. How you doing? How is everybody else doing as well? It's, what is it today? Tuesday, right? Whew. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. My doggy is already knocked out. Shadow walking, she's good. How you doing? How was your day? Is it a day? Is it an evening? Tell me. I mentioned on my Instagram that today is probably gonna be the last stream for the next 1.5 weeks. I have hurt my wrist. It hurts like hell, and I think I need to have like a lipstick on my teeth. I think I need to have a proper rest. You know, I'm gonna have a week off next week, so yeah, I'm rambling around, but this is what it is. So I'm hoping to kind of today have a good time, chat, probably a little bit longer stream than yesterday, and hopefully we can achieve many more things than we did yesterday or than we plan to achieve for today. So yeah, let's get right into it. So, as you probably remember, this is what we did. This is our beloved Welly, and yesterday we did the top products. Hey Marco, how are you? And we fetched those actually from an API. And today we're gonna do, once you hover on this product, then we need to go to the page of this product, and that's what we're gonna be building. To be honest, for me, it's one of like the most fun parts where I get to work with the API, start hooking it up to our code and to the front end and kind of make things work. So it's really, really nice. Who's still catching up with Friday stream long? sorry. On Friday it was quite long, right? Yeah, my bad. But did we do much on Friday? Yeah, on Friday we were mainly building those things. But as you can see, the images are still not final, so we kind of like set up the structure, and today we're gonna be doing the other stuff. We decided not to focus too much on how it looks like right now, as long as we have kind of like set the base, then that works. And then we're gonna focus a little bit more on the API, and then once we're a little bit sick of working with the API, then we're gonna focus on CSS again. And I guess that's kind of like how things work, right? You balance it here and there. First you do this, then you do that, and then once you're sick of something else, then you kind of like, you know, you juggle things around. So get comfy, do a git pull from the latest changes, and give me 2 seconds to check on the doggy, and I'll be back. Alrighty, I'm back. As I usually watch Simply Nailogical because of like, she does like nail stuff, and she started streaming recently, and she's like, very professional, just a second, let me leave. So I feel also kind of like super high professional streamer that leaves the stream for a quick checkup on the dog. Anyway, today, so if you didn't attend yesterday, let me catch you up real quick. We have, so our design, you probably remember our design, right? Let me make this one bigger, why these things are not closed. Yep. We have the design, which we did-ish. the products that we fetched of our top products, and a footer that actually the footer you're not gonna find on stream. I just did it off stream because I decided that it's probably not gonna be fair to waste your time in seeing me copy pasting just like strings here and there. So if you are interested to see how it's being done, I have it on GitHub. So you can check that there in a component called footer. It's nothing overcomplicated, nothing fancy. It's quite similar to how we did in Dashy Dash, how we wrote the data and then sort of like fetched it. We didn't really fetch it, we just imported the file, the JSON file. So yeah. And then today we want to do this part. So as soon as I click on a product on the home page, I want to be redirected to the respective page of that specific product. Yeah. Okay, and how we're doing that? We are using a makeup API. And yesterday we started playing with it and we found out how to do this kind of requests. We're using Axios. So we went through params, through the things that we can use as params, their data type, and we tried a couple of tags to get our top product. Interesting. So if it's too, I'm just checking like why there are no margins on the sides. Not so sure about that. Anyway, so we fetched those three and we fetched them by using Axios, as I mentioned, but let me show you where. We have, where is it? Top products, there we go. We have our top product, and in here we have a hook called use get products, which is our custom hook. React allows you to create custom hooks, which is massive. I absolutely love this functionality that React offers. And we made a very simple Axios request saying that, hey, please get us the products that have a product tag of eco-cert, so I guess eco-certified. Since we're like on this whole topic of wellness, green stuff, as you can see, there is even like a brand here called Green People. Interesting. And yeah, we just did axios.get and then .then. We actually didn't even catch any errors, but we will do that later. Our goal for yesterday was to create our first API call, which we did successfully, if so I say. And today we're gonna continue. Also probably worth mentioning that we're storing the data in a hook from React called useState, which is basically the state of React, and we're returning it to wherever this function was called, which was in the top product. Now it's a little bit of like going here and then doing this and then doing this and then going there, but if you do it more and more often, then it's kind of gonna be as a second nature to you. I promise it will. So we're gonna do that a couple of more times, probably more than just a couple. So if it didn't settle in last time, it will for sure eventually. Just keep on practicing. So let me put a glass of water and let me know if you have any questions, because we're gonna continue kind of like going with the same logic, but we're gonna extend it to fetching data for a specific product. And it's funny that yesterday I was trying to fetch data for a specific product because they don't, in the documentation, they don't specify how you can get it if you want to get only one product. So we kind of had to trial and error it. And it was always erroring until at some point somewhere, something clicked and I saw one thing and I was like, maybe this is how we can get it. And yeah, that's how it was. Very descriptive information for you, right? but let me show you. So if, for example, we go to CoverGirl and type lipstick, by the way, I have installed the extension for JSON formatter, so there's no need anymore to scream at me that I don't have this extension. So we're getting an array, and the array has objects, and one of them is, so from 5 to 41, the lines, this is one makeup product. So what we found out that there is this thing called product API URL, which is referring to the same API. So you see this API is makeup-api.herokuapp.com/API version 1 products.json, and the product API URL is also makeup-api herokuapp.com API version 1 product/the ID, because see, there is an ID here and it's the same ID here, .json. So instead of products.json, you need to do products/id.json. And this is what we're going to be using today. So yesterday when we created our product component, we passed the ID, the name, the brand, the image URL, the price, and the currency, which led us to have $3.99 products. Haven't seen makeup that cheap since ever. I'm not sure what are their like profit margins here of those products, but that's what we get from the API, which is a little bit weird, but you know, we're just the messenger here, so that's not on us. By passing the ID, we already kind of thought forward to when we will need to fetch one specific product. So if we go to this product component, we will see, let me close that. Okay, we will see that it's a link that is provided to us by React Router DOM, which we're using in our whole app throughout our whole app, in the routing specifically as well. And here I have to create a product page, because that's what we're gonna be doing today. So this is a link, and here I kind of did like that's like, I told you not to look at it because it's not done, but it's kind of like a placeholder. It's sort of what our thing is gonna look like, and that's why we need the ID. So we need to construct our URL in a way that whenever we go to the page of the product, it's gonna read out this ID and fetch it. Does it make sense? So in order to go to a product page, we need to have an ID. And usually the user is gonna go from here or from another list, and we know that we are going to provide this ID. Now another option could have been that we can store all the data that we're fetching, we can store it in the state, and then once the user goes to the page of the product, we could have like a quick filter over those products and match the IDs that are requested with the ID that is existing and present the product. But that idea is not really scalable in terms of, if for example I'm a user and let's say I go to the website and I want to show Marco this awesome liquid liner that I want to suggest him to buy, then I would go to the product page, I would copy the link, and I would send it to Marco. But if I save it all in the state, the link would actually not work, because, you know, there was no fetch data prior to that. I don't have the data stored anywhere, and if you are going to fetch a whole array of data, like a whole chunk of data, just in order for the user to show or for them to view one product, that's a major overkill. So there is absolutely no need in that. And that's why having this kind of like, so you always need to think about single pages of products as shareable links. At least that's what helps me when I try to think about the logic of an app, because I think that, you know, it's a link and you want any user to be able to share it, to open it, to save it for later and come back to the exact state that they left it with. So for those reasons, we are going to be doing what we're going to be doing today. And it all starts in the routing, which in our case is in the app. And here we have our router with navbar and then a footer at the bottom, and between that we have this switch, what is it, a component, where we say, okay, if the route is about, then go here. If the route is search, go here. But if it's this one, then go here. We would need now to create a new route called product. Let's create it just above. I think it's fine. So product, and here we're gonna have product. Now product doesn't exist, we'll need to create it, so let's do that. And save it. It's gonna error because we didn't create it. So all of our pages, product, about, search, and home, exist in a folder called pages. And to save the hustle, we're just gonna go, all right, no, fine. I'm gonna code it myself. Product.jsx, because I guess sometimes when I copy paste things, they confuse some people, or might confuse. So product, save it. And now if we go to our, so this might be confusing because we have a product that is a component and we also have a product that is a page. Could be confusing, but they're in separate folders, so just keep in mind that, you know, you could have several things that are named alike, and that could happen in bigger applications, so you cannot always avoid that. Just ensure that wherever you're coding is the right place. Because I remember recently I was reading a code where the person clearly didn't check where they were coding, and I was like, excuse me, sir. I think it needs a little bit more attention. So yeah. Alrighty. So in here we're gonna go to product, and in here we're gonna pass an ID. So let's see, once we go here, what are we gonna have? We have /product/1041, which is the ID of that product. Now, we see that this is product, so it is rendering the page. And in our case, we would need to extract this information from there. How we can do that is, as far as I remember, I might need to look that up, but let's check it out. You can specify that there's going to be an ID here, and you write a colon before that in order to say that this is a variable. So this is not hard-coded. So the name product is hard-coded. It can be, so you're telling the router that it has to match a route that is /product/something. If I would write without the colon, then it means that the router needs to match /product/ID specifically, not /product/1041, right? So that's why you keep the colon here. You can continue chaining it as much as you want, and you can name it as you want. You don't have to name it ID. You can name it banana. You know, that's also fine. You just need to remember that that's what you named it. And it also kind of needs to make sense, right? So anyway, we have the product, and now if we go to our product page, we are supposed to have, how do we use that? Because I think in the latest version of React it's a little bit different. There's probably a hook for that. So we would need to Google it up. React router DOM, let's go to the documentation. We need to extract this ID from somewhere. Now, of course, we could probably do like some DIY solution of reading out the URL from window.address or something like that, but there is no need for that because React router actually offers you those things. So, URL parameters. Yeah, ID, okay. What if we edit it? I already complained last time. I don't really like when there's a sandbox that you actually need to leave the page. So what do they have? They have an example. And then... There you go. You see, they have a path ID. And the ID they're extracting from use params. And use params is a hook that they import from the React router DOM. Alrighty, so let's copy that. We go to the product page and we're going to use only the use param. We don't need all of those friends. And then they use it as so. Although in our case it's gonna be a const. We don't need a let, right? Const. I'm gonna name it well, okay. Fine, ID. And ID. And there we go. You see, we have 1041, which is exactly the parameter that we have on top. If you want, here I can change it and it's gonna be whatever I put it there. Sweet, isn't it? Slash product is nothing. And then we would probably need to have like a 404 for that. But for now, here is the ID that we are receiving. And those things are quite powerful because actually to any website you go, you see you have params, you have these params. It's all over the place and it's kind of like how like websites thrive, I think. I don't know. But I think it's always very fun to work with those things, to read them out, put them back in, and kind of like construct the URL and see where it leads you to, I don't know, new dimensions or new worlds or just new pages. So we have the product ID. Now, since we have the product ID, we could construct the URL that is this one, right? So now the question is, would we want to use the same hook? Probably yes, because we already have the base URL defined there. This one, use get product. And we can just create a new function here called const get single product. And we're gonna do sort of the same, so let's just copy it down, but our base URL is gonna be a little bit different, right? So now that I'm thinking about it, maybe we actually need to change our base URL, because the URL that we want, let me copy it. Oh, what did I do? Okay, that's actually the whole URL. So the URL that I want is this. And the difference, as I mentioned before, the difference is that this thing happens in here. So the base URL should actually look like this, right? Because that's the base. Not the one with .json. And then in here for our top products, we need to adjust the URL because we changed it now. And we need to write .json, which was the thing that we just removed here. And now we could copy this and do the same thing here. We use the base URL, which is going to be up until here. You see, if I select it, it also highlights the above thing. And then we need to add a /id. So in our case, it's going to be 114.json. And if we remove the params because we just need the full data of it, right? And then what? Then let's export this or return this. Save it. Actually, I don't want to, no. I want to create another state of single product. And then set single product. And in our case, it's going to be an object. Or let's make it null, because in the beginning it's going to be null. I'm setting it to null rather than an empty object, because an empty object we will need to check in our layout if the variable is an empty object, but it's much easier to check if something is a null rather than if something is an empty object. I don't see any benefit if our thing is going to be an empty object. But I guess I'm saying that because we're not really doing TypeScript or anything of like strict type for data types, and that's why I have the luxury to say that. So I would also need to return the single product. Don't worry about that. Later on, this thing is gonna move to its own store where things are gonna be a little bit more, I don't know, more structured, I guess. Because right now it can get, not right now, in general, I could see how messy it could get quite fast. So in our product page, we need to import this hook. So use, what was it? Use get products, and we're gonna deconstruct the single product and get single product. So what it's doing essentially is that we have our single product, which is going to be the one product that we're going to display, as well as we have this function that we can call whenever we want to fetch that one product. So for that, we would need to use a use effect, right? Because I think it's safe to assume that we want to fetch the data about the product as soon as the page loads or as soon as the component loads. So let's get to it here and let's save it and see what we get as a single product. What do you think? Yeah, okay, so we need to do like a single product dot name. No? Name of null. Yeah. Cool. So we got the product. Now, two things that have happened here. You saw how if I do this and I refresh, it says cannot read property name of null, which shows me that it's on line 16, which is here. So it cannot find the name of something that is null, which is actually correct, because if we go to our hook, we said that initially our single product is gonna be null, so it cannot do null.name. In order to avoid that, we would need to check that single product exists, and this is, I don't know which ES it is, ES 10, ES 8, ES 2020, I'm not sure. You can put a question mark and then If that exists, then continue like getting me out the name out of it. It's similar to if you would write single product and end. I think if you're dealing with an older code, you would see this a lot. And I actually worked in a code base where every single line was full of this crap. And I am really happy that now we can just do this. Because imagine if you have single product. Okay, let me show you. For example, single product and single product.name and single product.name dot, I don't know, date, and single product.name.date.color. What is this? What is this? You cannot even read this, right? So this, in the new ES 2020, I want to say, syntax, you can convert it to single product. So you can just take the last one that you have and you can just chain it with question marks. And that's the equivalent of this long line, which I personally find awesome. Dot name. Oh no. Dot name. And here question mark. There we go. And now we have it. Another thing that we could do is probably have a loader. In order not to check that, we could just do something like single product, then show product. So we're gonna show this, else we're gonna say loading, loafing. And if we save it, and if we refresh, you saw that there was like this 1 second where there was less than a second. There was this loading thing. So look in here, you're gonna see loading now, and then you're gonna see this thing. There we go. So we could probably use that instead of doing question marks all the time. Since also like you're fetching from an API and let's say it takes you a little bit longer than 1 second to fetch, you probably still want to show the user that there is some kind of like feedback going on and explain to the user what is happening and why the data is still not being displayed. And loaders are, you know, quite a valid choice to do that. So, now, if we do 1040, what if we do 1045? We still have always CoverGirl, Outlast, Longwear, Lipstick. And that's not what we want, because we said that we are extracting an ID and we're not using this ID anywhere. So let's use it, right? Let me just check if everything is okay. Check, 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 check. All right. So how can we do it? How can we fix the situation that we have currently hard-coded ID? Any guesses? We would need to pass the ID to our function, right? So in here, our function is going to accept an argument, and we, instead of this 114, we're gonna use this argument here. So here we pass on the ID, and I didn't explain that, but you probably know since you're not asking anything. Those are template literals that allow us to kind of like combine a string with JavaScript instead of writing something like this, HTTPS plus ID plus something like this. So I find template literals much easier to read as well as construct. So this should work now, right? We just need to pass the ID to the get single product, and we do that in here. So ID, let's see what we're gonna get. No filter foundation, Maybelline Great Lash Mascara, L'Oreal Paris Extra Volume Collagen Mascara. Woo! Very nice, very nice. Are you excited as well? There are not so many people here today, but I hope you're also excited. Alrighty, so now we could start having fun with our data. So let's check the 25. Can close those things. And in here I want to put the 25, and let's see what we can work with. So as a reference, our design is this. So we would need image, as much information as we can get, price, add to basket that we're later on gonna hook up to our store as well, and maybe categories. No, we don't have this because this is breadcrumbs, crumbs. We don't have those. So to me, usually this implies that you have a home, and then you can go to a skincare page, then to a bath page, then to shampoos page. We don't have that. So yeah, we could do those things, and then we could figure out what to recommend to the user once they fetched this product. Not they fetched, once they viewed this product, we could also recommend them further ones, but I'm still not sure how. Maybe we can find it by the same tag. Because we have a product tag. Tags this. Okay, this one is empty. So no recommendation to you. But product type, we could probably fetch by product type and then just like limit it by 4, right? I think so. Oh, at least the price is not $0.99, so that's good. Okay, price sign is a null. Maybe we don't need a price sign. Let me put euros everywhere. So currency, I'm gonna remove, and I'm gonna go to product, and I'm just gonna do euros. What's the HTML entity euros sign? This one. There we go. So now if I go home, hello? Okay, interesting. What happened there? Okay, we'll fix you later. But yeah. Hey Kalyani, nice to see you too. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well. You got some rest. And yeah, okay, the euros are gonna be fine. So we're gonna use the same kind of like sign. I don't need to copy that yet, right? We're still not there. Okay, but the thing is that this is the pages component, the page. So we would probably need to create another component for displaying this whole thing. Or we're just gonna construct it. So we're gonna have a product image, then we're gonna have a product title. Yeah. I actually really like how you structure things in Vue.js, because in Vue.js you can have components. I mean, in React you probably can also have, but it's kind of like, it's not an anti-pattern, but it's not a very common pattern to do it. in a way how Vue.js does it, or kind of like, I want to say allows it to do, or is more tolerant for developers using it this way. Anyway, in Vue.js, you can actually separate it into sections. So you could write components, and then you can write product, and then you have title, description, image, and so on and so forth. And in React, it's not really the thing to do that. So we're gonna be left with tons of components here. But hey, that's what it is. So shall we maybe just drop it here first and then see how we can break it into components? I think that would be smarter. For now, let's for now check. So there are several ways when you want to return out of your function, or when you don't have any data that you want to show the loader. For example, here we have it in a way that you have a question mark and you render this, or loading. But you can also check it if no single product, then you want to return a p tag with loading, loading, and since you have a return here, then it's not going to continue further, and we could then here assume that we do have a single product and work with that thing. I just made a bad movement with my wrist. Do you hear the noise? This is my neighbor going upstairs. It's funny because me and my other neighbor, we actually can know. Hi, Juliana, if you're watching. We actually can know when that neighbor comes home. Yeah. Jokes of my building. Welcome to the shitty housing of Berlin. Anyway, return. I hope you didn't hear the neighbor because that's sucky. And what we're gonna have? We're gonna have title. I don't think that's the right thing. Title. Then we're gonna have subtitle. I don't know. No, title. Then we need image. Then we need again our we need category. Then we need price. Te mando un abrazo desde Argentina. Does that mean that you're giving me a hug from Argentina? Jesus, right? I know a little bit of Spanish. I hope that was it. If so, then muchas gracias. Then we need description. And I think. Oh, and the for you products. But that's gonna be okay. And for you products. Cool. These ones are gonna be kind of like boilerplatey, so we're gonna have them everywhere. We don't need to fetch any of those, and we're gonna have a banner and our beloved footer, of course. So, okay, let's get to that. So the description we have the brand, we have the name, we have the price. We have the image link, which we said we're gonna be receiving from this one. We were taking this one before. And product colors. I'm not sure what you can do with product colors actually. Maybe later on we can do it with, in the filters, we could filter it by colors. So in here, where we have the filters, we could actually add colors. That would be cool, right? Yeah, okay. What do you say? We go for it? I say we go for it. What's the difference between category and product type? So product type is this, and category. Oh, okay, okay. Okay, palette, pencil, cream. Okay, so we want product type. Okay. Here it was. So we want the product type. Oh, and even here the category is null. Yeah, we will need to be kind of careful with those nulls. We need to kind of like have a fallback for them. All right, let's start. Title. Let's have it. Okay, I'm just gonna drop everything as a p tag and do single product dot name. And don't forget those things. Then the image later on, category is gonna be actually product type. Then price is price. Description. And for you products for later on. Okay. Now the image, since we are a lazy bunch. Okay, you're not lazy, you're actually coding with me, so you're doing great. I'm the lazy one here because I'm just copy pasting stuff. And really, there is no shame in copy pasting as long as you know what you're copy pasting. And in this case, we're gonna have our image URL as what? So remove the class name for now. This is unnecessary. The source is single product dot API featured image. There you go. So we should probably see something once we click on this one. We do. Why did I have to do like these HTML things? So there is a thing called dangerously set HTML. Let me show you. Which is a thing that React allows you to put out. Let's see how it works. I'm gonna tell you why you should not use it, but let me also show you how you can use it. It is actually a very, very not scary thing, but it's a massive, yeah, security hole. Okay, so if I do dangerously set, I need to open parentheses and then I need to do HTML and then I need this to be this. But I need to wrap it again, right? Because it's an object like that. It didn't do anything? Nice. What about div? Ah no, that's the product type. Wrong. I need the description. Sorry. There you go. See? So the difference between the two descriptions, let me comment the price. Let me put a break here so we will see it better. I'm gonna comment this and this. So we have one option where we're doing this thing from React that is called dangerously set inner HTML, and we have kind of like a plain text, or we have our single product.description, which comes with tags inside of it. You know, our tags are still not being read, so it's not really, it's kind of sucky that they actually give it with those things. I need to check if they have other ones. But what I wanted to tell you why you should be very, 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 very careful with using dangerously set inner HTML. In general, whenever you receive information from an API that you display to the user, you should display it in plain text. Why? Because otherwise it creates loopholes. What if, let's say, this information was coming from, I don't know, a forum, and let's say somebody had bad intentions there and they managed to pull through a script, which means that whenever you render the page to the user, this script is gonna run in the user's browser. And that's a big no-no. That's major, major, major fuck up, and you don't need to do that. So, dangerously set inner HTML, I would say that you can use it only if you are the person who is putting the things in the database, double proofing the database, and outputting it yourself. Only in this case, I would say that it's kind of like harmless, or maybe if you're sanitizing the data that isn't coming to your database, but always be very, very wary of what you're setting out as HTML and reading as HTML to the page. And for this reason, I don't think I want to use that because it's not safe, and I'm not the creator of the API. I don't know who inserts the data in the API, so I wouldn't really want to use that way. We will need to find another way. Maybe we can do something else. I don't know. Let's see. You mean cross-site scripting? Yes, yes. XSS. So, you can remove HTML tags. So look, here is like, how would you remove them? Which idea you have in mind? So in React's replacement for using inner HTML in the browser DOM. So here we go. In general, setting HTML from code is risky because it's easy to inadvertently, you'll need to Google that word, expose your users to a cross-site scripting attack. So you can set HTML directly from React, but you have to type out dangerously set inner HTML and pass an object with an HTML key to remind yourself that it's dangerous. Yeah, we had several trainings at work. Every year we are being trained about cross-site scripting and about possible attacks that can happen that are very common. And seriously, some things blow my mind, and I would have never imagined that this is possible. So yeah, it's an amazing resource that eBay gives us, but I don't think you can access it. But I'm trying to share as much as I know. So yeah, let's see what the other stuff the API gives us. The funny thing is that here the description doesn't come with those things. So why does it come there? Wait, if I go to 25. Yeah, if I go to 25, I don't have that. Why do I have that in some places? That's quite... Really not sure. I mean, we could probably do what Abdul is saying to strip it down. Oh look, here they have like new line. I think maybe they need to sanitize the data a little bit better. Maybe it's reading out their stuff. Try string.inner text. It's a native JavaScript feature. You mean on the description? But this is to extract things, isn't it? Yeah, this is once you have already the element with the text and you want to get it out. So, text content and inner text non-standard. For example, text content will include text within a script. Let's do this. That's how I usually use regex. There's also a very good regex calculator where you can write your own regex, but I rarely use it, and it's a big flex if somebody knows how to use it. Let's see. And ooh, yay! There we go. Still has a weird kind of formatting, but I guess it's better than all of our other tags. Okay, so maybe okay, this will move into their own component, so we're not gonna move it around just yet. So category is liquid, which is weird. Name is liquid liner. This one doesn't have a category. Should we also do maybe a product type? Mascara, there you go. I think it should go here. $30.99, awesome. A website link, product link, image link, currency, price, name, brand, rating, category, created. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we don't have anything else that we can use to display. That is going to be anything new. So let's get started in designing the thing. So if that's the page, then let me put regex is slow. Just try inner text. If not working, go with regex. But inner text is when you I'm pretty sure inner text does not work like that. What, you want me just to put inner text here? It doesn't work like that, right? Inner text is to extract the thing or to set something inside of it. Like inner text would work if you have an HTML object, but that would require me to get like document.query of the p tag and then set the inner. It's kind of like upside down in React. I don't like using those native things in React. And I don't think regex is slow for this matter. I think it's quite all right. So we want our thingy here. So we're gonna have a div. Hey Antonio, hello. Made it. Second day in a row. Let's do a div. And here we're gonna have an h5 probably of single product.name. And it's gonna be class name of font, corona, text, font bold, or is it text bold? Font bold. I actually think that corona comes only in bold with us. Okay, let's see what that did. Okay, fine, I'm okay with that. Then, first of all, yay, I'm here, haha, how's the stream going? It's alright. It's gonna be today my last stream for the next 1.5 weeks because I hurt my wrist and I need to take a break. I'm also gonna have like a time off from work, so I guess it's a good timing to kind of like rest my arms and let them heal because it has been really hurting. And my next appointment at the doctor's is only in 2 weeks, so I guess I just need to take it easy. And I'm also gonna do like a break from my phone because I feel like holding my phone is also contributing to this wrist issue. So yeah. So today is gonna be probably a longer stream where we're gonna be chatting and just like, you know, trying to finish some stuff that we can. And this one, I wanted to give it a class name of margin top, probably 10 or more, 20. Okay, 20 is not bad, right? Yes, I saw it on Instagram. I hope you feel better soon. Thank you. I hope so too. I believe that just a rest and maybe less of a stress is gonna help me. I hope. But yeah, I am pretty sure it's nothing that is unfixable. That is not unfixable. That's what I meant. Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, let's continue. So we have our top kind of title here, and then we have the next div. So as I said, these parts are gonna go later on to their own components, so don't mind it just yet. Here we're gonna have our image, and in here we're gonna have another div with all the information, which is, let's put all of that here. There we go. And let's see what we get. Nothing. I mean, nothing of a beauty yet. There we go. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Tarek. We are streaming. How are you? Width is probably gonna be not this. Okay. I think those images are quite small, so we're probably not gonna have too much to work with, but we could probably give them like a lot of a padding, so they will have a lot of white space around them, so it would make them look bigger. Yeah. This class name should also be probably margin bottom of 10 maybe. I'm good, thanks. Cool. So, should this be a container? Kind of. And MX auto. Boom, there we go. Then I want to have okay, I'll need to find out because I want this to be shorter. And for that, so I don't want to give it a specific width. I just want the div, the parent div, so it would be this one, to divide it equally. And I think I can do that if I do flex 1 and flex 1, right? So if I do flex 1 and then this one also has a flex 1. Yeah, look at that. I do know stuff. I know some stuff. Okay. So I'm gonna have another div here and I'm gonna do class name flex 1 and also in the other div. And the way why I wrap it in a div is because I don't want the image to stretch itself. I want the div to stretch itself and then the image I'm gonna center somewhere. So what if I give it an MX auto? Good try, didn't work. So this one has a massive margin right. So why did the MX... Okay, I need to give it on the image. Yeah, makes sense. Sometimes I know things, sometimes I forget things, but it's not about that. It's about trying them out and just figuring things out, right? Because that's what I keep telling myself. No, I do strongly believe that this is how things are. And we are problem solvers. We're never gonna be running out of problems to solve, but we always need to keep up with finding solutions. Right? Did that make sense what I said? I'm not sure. We could do this into text small maybe. Or maybe the top one should be smaller and this one should be bigger. Yeah, it looks like this is smaller and this one is bigger. So let's do this. Text small. And this one is gonna be normal. Otherwise it's H5. Let's put this H1 because we do need for SEO purposes to have one H1 on the page, but we're gonna manipulate it to look smaller, so it's gonna be text base. Yeah, there we go. And this way you don't need to have like a huge header or headline, but you would still optimize your page for search engines. And now we have mascara. Oh, okay, they have the shampoo on top. So product type is on here and it's class name text yellow, text small, and font chrono. Can it be smaller? That's the smallest. Okay, fine. It can work like this. That's not bad. Under here, they also have something. What can we put there? Also the category again? Isn't that be like too much of repetitiveness? I mean, nobody's perfect, right? And with this one, I'm gonna have light gray. Dark. Yeah, that one's better. The other one is not readable at all. Okay. Oh, maybe that one I don't want to have a font corona. Wait a second. Yeah, this one looks fine. Although now it looks a little bit misaligned, but I guess it's okay. So, price. Let's go to our price. We have our circle thing from yesterday's thing, right? There we go, there's our circle. Is that it? Yes. Copy that. We can remove this to do because we have it. And let's go to product pages. And where's the price? Here's the price. Why did I do this? I don't need to do that. So this break is also not needed. The thing about this thing is that there's going to be a whole section here. So we need a div for that and then a separate div for that. So that's what I'm going to do. Here's a div. And then inside of that div, there is another div for the price with the circle thing. I'm going to do this dot price. So that's what I did. And the circle is gonna be background yellow. Or not. Oh no, it's not. Yeah, no, it's not. Light gray. Yes, thank you. The font size though, so since it's the price, we wanna make it quite visible. And the text is gonna be maybe XL? That's not bad. Okay, and now this div needs to have the class name of flex, because we have another div here of counter and another div of a button. Yep. And the flex is gonna also have a margin top and bottom of, let's say, 4. Yeah, I would say more. What about 10? Okay. And I want to justify between. There we go. Looking nice. Then we have this part. We don't have it beautifully as they have because we just read out from the database whatever they give us. So we're not going to be able to have this beautiful part like this. But maybe we can put like a tiny description. What do you say? For example, there's actually nothing to put. Should we put maybe something generic? Like about the product or description? Nah, it's pretty self-explanatory, right? That it's a description. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna comment the counter for now. Let's add the button. Button, what is this? Button. And this one, we did it from... Is my stream lagging or you see me fine? What's the counter and the button? So the counter is this one, where you can add many items to your basket. And then the button is the add to basket. So I was thinking about doing that. We still don't have the functionality for it, but I thought as a placeholder we can do that. And since we already have this button somewhere, and do I have it in top products? Yeah, button link. But in our case, it's not a button link, so the video is fine, but there is some delay, maybe about 20 seconds. Yeah. I guess this is... We're used to that already, right? What is 20 seconds? Not 2 minutes. 20 seconds we can live with. Okay, so the button link, I'm gonna open it, but I'm not gonna take the link out of it because in our case it's not gonna be a link, it's just gonna be a button, so I'm gonna take only the class from it. And it's actually gonna be a button, you know, for once. So let's do button and class name. Well, I copied all of that. Yeah. So in our case, it is gonna be the main one. So it can be just a string. Don't know what is going on here, but the chick is pretty... We're coding, we're coding. Okay, and we're gonna say add to basket. And lowercase. I mean, we don't need a lowercase, right? Because it's gonna be a lowercase. Okay, let's see what we get. Add to basket, there we go, but it's quite big. We need a smaller one. We don't need such a big one. I think the Ali people rage every time they see a link used instead of a button for internet navigation. Yeah, yeah. I mean, the opposite, right? Every time they see a link used instead of a button. But internal navigation is fine. I mean, if you're actually going to a separate route, right? But I know what you mean. It's like sometimes we have this. So apparently Google has a limit of how many links a page can have, and there are like some workarounds around it which are very, 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 very not well for allies, and for like not only allies, right? For the people that actually need to use a website and rely on those things. So yeah, that's kind of like, it's funny because Google restricts you on so many things. And as it's like one of the biggest search engines, you want to appeal to Google, right? And you kind of need to play their game. But then they also downgrade you if you don't have your website fully aligned with accessibility. So it's kind of like, can you make up your mind? Like, what's going on here? How is that? What's going on? You know, so not really sure. But yeah, for smaller websites, we all need to use better tags the right way, and you know, make the world of web a better world for everybody. True. Yeah. So, text is too, button is too big. PX6. And this one too. No, I actually like the other one. 4 was fine. Is it though? Is it too big? Yeah, this one is smaller. So the PY was actually, PY2 was actually good. Or is it now too small? Okay, so the circle is oh my god. 2.5. It didn't do anything. 3. Yeah, looks fine. Does it? Okay, now it looks okay. Because if you see it like in the, I'm pointing on the screen, you cannot see it. But if you see the dotted line, then before that the circle was kind of like going outside of it. And but yes, I know. I should not focus too much on that. I know. Okay, so we kind of have it, y'all. I expected this page to be a little bit more complicated. I don't know what's going on here. Why is it so easy? Why is it so easy? Because we still don't have the counter. We still don't have this part, but it's okay. Okay, we will figure out how to put them into their own components in a bit. But for now, you know what I want to do? I think this is too big for the space of an image because we know that the image is not going to be that big. Plus, the MX Auto is not working for me here because I want it to be centered vertically and horizontally. And what was this thing that there's this flex property that I have never used that actually does that instead of writing justify content and align items? What would that be? Flex. Wish all projects take less time than expected. Yeah, that's true. But that's because we're like really doing it freely as we want here, right? As soon as you get a boss, it's never like that. Flex. Justify. Items. Okay, so I'll probably need to do that. Which I don't mind. I just thought that there's gonna be something else. And that one goes in here. There we go. And now it's cool. Place item. Oh, is it? Wait. Yeah. Place items looks fine, although you know what I want? I don't want it to be so big. Just ask Google, that's what I always do. Yes, of course. But sometimes I have like this little thing that you do know it. Try it for a second and you know it. But yeah, I agree. We should always use Google. So place item center. Although it's not centered, right? Like what you doing here? Why you're not centering things? Okay, we're gonna do a place. But I don't want this. However, I also don't want this to be so small. I want this to be a little bit bigger. So what I think we need to have, I think that is for grid. Wait. think, yeah. It worked a little bit. I did push it to the center, so I'm not sure. But regardless, I think we need to rearrange some things here. I think the flex one is not what we want. So let me just, I'm alright with place item center. Like it places it to the center, it's okay. Seems like it works. What I don't like is the flex one. So if I don't, oh, that's too tiny. What happened here? I need to remove this flex. What if I do? So what was it? There we go. Okay. I want this one to be a little bit bigger than this one. So I think Tailwind has a pretty cool property of a width that we could use. That is kind of like width 2/3 or width 1/3. So I want the image to be 1/3. Am I not getting it right? So would it be 2/3 of the half of the thing that it already has? Oh my god, I don't understand. Okay, Tailwind. Width. Okay, so the widths are in REMs. And this is, yeah, so 1/3 is 33%. I think you need to apply that to the parent div. I think I was. Wasn't I? I was, so this is the parent of the image, right? This is what we're doing. Seems a little bit flaky to me. What is W screen? W screen actually looks decent. What does it mean? With 100 view width. But okay. I'm still not sure. What if I do here 35? Yeah, and then wait, it was here, W screen. It's not too bad, is it? I think it's not too bad. It's quite alright. Okay, let's put another playlist. This one is making me fall asleep. Yeah, cool. So, are we happy with this? I think this one's quite good, right? Margin bottom, of course, we need some here. In this one. 20? Although this one had 10, maybe let's keep 20 everywhere. Yeah, nah. This one would also be 10. Yeah. Looks nice, even though that's a mystery. Yeah, I don't really... I mean, let's dig into that. We could dig into that, because after all, everything is just like CSS under the hood. So, W screen means width, 100 view width. So, viewport width. Yeah, exactly. 100 viewport width taking 30% of the screen. Doesn't make sense to me either. And we didn't define here any width, so it's not like this one is pushing this one aside. So what's the width? 220. I'm really not sure how that works. What happens is smaller screens. Beautiful. I mean, it's okay. It's okay. I do feel like I would like to put it like maybe a color. Maybe here this can have like a color, because otherwise it's just a lot of white, isn't it? Like here it looks nice because they have much more things, and this one is actually, it's gray. So images act strange when you don't have a fixed unit width on the parents. Yeah, I think we are presenting it very well, how images can act up. That's true. But I think for this case it's actually fine, but it's still, I'm still not sure how it worked, and I am also sure that it is gonna backfire one day, right? Like one day you're gonna refresh the page and suddenly your image has taken all over the whole screen. But until that day comes, we're gonna be sticking with that. If we go to 95, yeah, okay, looks solid to me. Okay, now let's do maybe some other magic here under, with like top products or suggested for you. We also should do that. So we have our navbar and we have our footer, and whatever is between, the minimum height of this container, so of this bud, should be the full height of the viewport, right? Because otherwise, you saw how our footer jumps. It's a no-no. It's a no-no from me. So height screen, easy. There we go. Height screen, cool. And then here we can add some stuff. Yes. This should be applied probably to any page or not. No, only the product so far has this thing. I have to go. Okay, Tarek, thanks for making the time to join and for helping. Good evening, have fun. Thanks, you too, and see ya in a week and a half after I'm done with my break. Hope you're gonna have a good time in the meanwhile. So, yeah, and here we have lipstick. But hey, you cannot plan it all, right? What is 950? Felt tip liner, eyeliner, and liquid. Okay, that's fine. And sometimes it's 9.5 and 9.50. Make the most out of it. Bye-bye. Bye. And okay. Let's add, here we have exactly the perfect space to add some top, not product, not top products, but like for you, recommended ones. And for that, okay, I'm not gonna break it yet to components. Let's just add this one as well. So for you products, it's gonna be a div, right? And in here, we're gonna have 4 products that we're gonna fetch depending on what? We shouldn't be fetching like the next 4. Maybe we should be fetching depending on the category. But if there is no category, then what are we gonna fetch? Then we're just gonna get the first 4 items. Or maybe the same brand. Yeah, so first let's search by product, lipstick, eyeliner, lip gloss. Or maybe we can do type, category, and if there's none, then brand. Do we have it? Type, and category. Okay, let's go first for product type then. So I'm just gonna put it here. Depending on the product type of the product that we're already displaying, we want to fetch additional products to display to the user that, hey, maybe you're interested in more of those things. Here you go. So in order to do that, we will need to probably create another function, right? Let's go to our use get product, and here const get hello, will you implement a checkout feature with a payment API? No, I don't think so. That was not part of this project. This project is already big enough, so maybe later on we could extend it, Mr. Brown, but I'm thinking probably not. But you never know. But I didn't have that in mind yet, no. Which payment API do you have in mind? Get recommended product. Recommended products. Yeah. So, okay. The request is gonna be the same. It's gonna be an Axios.get. It's gonna be a base URL with .json like we have here, but we're gonna pass params. And the params are gonna be, oops, it's gonna be outside of the string. Here, params. And the params, we said that it can be or the product type, or the category, or the brand. And we need to check here. So actually, we don't need to export this function and make our component make that call. We could do it straight away from this single product component. So let me show you. So we have here a .then where we get the single product, and we can open parentheses here. Oh, I have it here. This one. No? Like this. Yeah. We can open parentheses and we can set the single product. But also, we can send to the get recommended products our response.data as well. And in here, we're gonna get a product. And we want to check. So we're going to check if product dot product type. So if it exists, then we want to use that. If not, we want to use something else, and if not, then we will resort to something else. And how we do it is here, we will need to use that product type or product or category or brand. And to do that, we need to do a let key, a variable that is not going to have anything in it. And then we will be using it here, like that, key. And I'll tell you in a second what that means. And it's gonna be value. So we're gonna have a let key and let value. And let me show you what I mean by that. So the key is gonna be our, let me show you. If we go to our API, we have key and a value. So brand and Maybelline. So in our case, for example, here we have product type, lipstick. So we're checking, do we have a product type? If so, then our key is gonna be product type, and our value is gonna be product.product type. You know what I mean? So this way, by having this square brackets key, it actually means that it's a flexible variable. So you're gonna be using the variable and not just, if you write it like this, then it's gonna read it just as key, as a string. But if you write it in square brackets, it means that there is a variable called key and take the information from there. And that's what we want. So in our case, we're gonna do that. If there is none, maybe we can do else do product dot category. Now let's go with brand. I think it's fine with the brand, right? Brand is safe, we're always gonna have it. I mean, otherwise if you're selling products and you don't have the brand name, then it's kind of hard to. Yeah, so in this case, the key is gonna be just brand, sorry. Save it. PayPal or Stripe. Yeah, Stripe was actually quite complex to set up, but I guess it's a good one to have. Oh, sorry. What time is it? Oh, it's not that late. But I guess it might be worth to make a tutorial on it. Sorry, my wrist hurts. So, did it make sense what I just explained? Let's see. Okay, so then once we get the data about it, we don't want to get, we don't want to set it as a single product. We want to set it as set products, right? And we want to get only the first 4 or not. Let's see later on. Okay, so we need to save this. We need to go to our product and let's export products. And in here, we're gonna have a loop over them. And the loop is gonna be the same as in here. So I can actually copy that. Actually copy the whole thing. Since we already have that, why not overuse it, but reuse it. And let's go and see what's happening. Ooh, damn, that's not what I wanted. Oh no, 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 no. No, stop it. Stop it, stop it. Why? How did I get into an infinite loop? No, stop it. Oh my god, what did I do? Oh no, what did just happen? Okay, what did I do? So as soon as I get a response with the single product, I'm setting the single product, and then when I get here, I want to set product. Okay, before something happens like this, let me check why that even happened. Log product. Okay. So something triggered this. Probably a use effect, right? Because our function is not being called several times, it's just being called once so far. But I assume that because we're doing a use effect, would that be the case? And let's uncomment it. Woo. Did you see it? Damn. So why does this happen? Does it happen because I do a set products? Well, this one looks a little bit lamey, doesn't it? Okay, it also should have a margin X of, I don't know, 14? Yeah. Now I'm just distracting myself with other things, so I don't need to think about what we just did. Wait, what was it? Here. Class name of margin 10. Not here? What if I do here padding 10? This one should be kind of like the same effect to me. Yeah, okay, not bad. Mm-hmm. Okay, fine. That works okay, right? Okay, so why did we end up in a loop? How did that happen? I suspect that it happened because of this array of dependencies, and we need to fix that. So I think, let me try it out. I'm not sure if that's the proper usage of it, but if I am going to put here a use callback. No, what am I saying? I think we might need to use here a use effect. Let's see if that one makes it or breaks it for us. And we're gonna listen to single product. And once single product is being fired, is being set, sorry, not fired, we're gonna call get recommended products, and we're gonna pass a single product to it. Let's see how that one works. Okay. 2 times. We need to check if single product, then do this, right? Still twice? Oh, because I'm doing this here. Yeah. Good. And what's gonna happen now? Shit. Why? What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh no. I think it's because, yeah, this one is probably firing all the time. So as a workaround for now, let's just do if single product, then return. So if we already fetched it before, then we don't need to fetch it again because it's one single page and we're not going to be refetching many times. Let's see if that works. No? Are you kidding me? What? Really? Can I use this params in a hook? Probably can. I'm just gonna start playing around with it and see what works and whatever something makes sense. So let's check. So I'm gonna move this part inside of here. I usually like to put my use effects towards the bottom, and in here I want to extract this one as well. In here. Okay, so as soon as I load, I don't need this if anymore. Use effect. I'm just gonna console log which use effect it is so we can know. Get single product was done. We got it. Sorry, but my brain is, I think, is like, I didn't sleep enough, clearly. Okay, I have single product. So I have onload, my use effect is gonna fire. It's gonna go to get single product, ID, Axios.get is gonna fire the get single product, set single product is gonna set it, single product is gonna happen, and it's gonna go inside of here. Back up the project just in case. Back up with what? Have it on GitHub. So yeah, if I have a single product, so it's not null, then get me a recommended product. Maybe. Hey Sasha, hello. We are trying to understand why we're in an infinite loop. So, welcome. Okay. Let me put this to the bottom so it's a little bit more organized. Here. Save it. So as soon as I uncomment this part, we are in a loop. Why? I think it's like one of those things that are very obvious, but I just cannot figure it out. So I think this thing is not good. And then this part. So ideally it needs to have this thing. And it needs to have an ID because that's what it requires. Although at this point we actually don't need the ID here because we can just call this function with the ID that we have as a const here because we moved it from our component, we moved it to the hook. But as you can see, there we go. The get single product function makes the dependency of use effect hook change on every render. To fix this, wrap the definition of get single product in its own use callback hook. So let's check how to do that. Because I have not used it that often, so I need to check it out. Use callback. So in here, I would just use callback like this and like this. You want to tell me that that's gonna solve my issues? Well, at least it didn't break anything. That's already a good start. And now what? Should I do then again this thing for the product? So if I have a single product, then I want to get the recommended product. So I need to pass it here as well, get recommended product. And I need to check if single product. So if only in the case that it's not null, I want to do this thing. Yeah, and now we have the same error in here that is suggesting to do a use callback. Why is this now red? Does nothing when called only with one argument. Oh, okay. Why are you doing this to me? Okay, wait a second. I think we managed to... So, yeah, I think it's actually, instead of this, we can do it like that. ReactJS also has a missing dependency ID. Okay. Now we're not getting anything. We still need that, right? Okay, we're not in an infinite loop yet. Okay. Now what? There's nothing with call with only one argument. Did you forget? Yes, apparently I did. So, if I uncomment this, it's probably gonna complain tons. So, but it's not correct, right? Because I don't want, yeah, I don't want to be this to be fired like this. I want this to be fired when single product. Okay, look at this. So it says, React hook use callback has an unnecessary dependency, single product. Either exclude it or remove the dependency array. Okay, React, I remove the dependency array, and then I have here, React hook use callback does nothing when called with only one argument. Did you forget to pass an array of dependencies? Make up your mind, mate. What's happening? Okay, you know what? Let's try it again. And we're gonna call this base from our other place from here. Let's see if that's gonna work or if it's gonna error again. Yeah, it's still... Damn. Why is that happening? Any ideas? Anybody? I could really use a hint here. You know how there was this game Who Wants to Become a Millionaire or something like that, and then there was this call a friend. I need that. Can we call somebody in the React, from the React people? I think we need it. Is it normal that this product is free? Yeah, I don't think so. I think that's a mistake from the API side, but yeah, they have it for free, I guess. Maybe we can all get it. So why does it keep happening? Seriously, I'm out of ideas. Does this keep on happening? So in get single product, and if I remove this, in get single product, yeah, okay, stop this. So why is our get single product is keeping on firing? No, refresh. So in get single product is actually the one that is being fired constantly. So why does it being fired constantly? So in here we get single product. Maybe we need to call it if we don't have single product. Maybe we need to restrict it because we want to get it only once. What now? Okay. Check set single product function. Well, it's here. So there's nothing really much to check. It's just setting the state. Which is, you're setting the state, which means that you're updating the hook, I guess. Right? And that's why the hook, and that's why the use effects start firing. And then you go again to the get single product. I think the set products in get recommended products is causing the loop. So the set products in get recommended products. Yeah, most likely, yeah. But how can we avoid it? But yeah, you're right, because previously when we didn't have that, so the thing is that it's probably causing, so we're setting the products, which means that the products are set, and it's probably updating the hook, and that's why it goes again through the use effect, which it shouldn't. So other option would be to actually create single product as, so the structure of it can be the single product, and then we could extend it, like it's gonna have everything here as the JSON gives us, but we could also extend it with recommended product by ourselves. We could try that, right? That could be interesting. So we do this, and instead of set products, we do set single product, and we're gonna take single product duct. How do you do that? Wait a second. Oh wait, I need to spread it. Spread existing state extend object React. Yeah, there we go. So, but we need with the hooks. This is the older React. We need the newest React. I'm just too tired to think about it myself. There we go. So, current state is gonna be, I think we need to return it like this, right? You're gonna have, ooh, what do we have here? Current state, and then we want recommended as response.data. What are we gonna get out of it? I have no idea. We have only 2 times that the use effect is being called, which is a success. Okay, let's see what the product is now. Where do we have the product? No, it's not gonna be here. We made some enhancements and it works good for us. So if we want to check what product is now, we could actually, do I have, no, I don't have the React DevTools here. Damn! All right, let's just output single product dot recommended. Boundary map of undefined? Really? I did not do it right the first time. No way. So let's log single product. Oh great, now we're for real. It does have recommended. the word. Okay, you know why? It's because we're setting that later and we're not gonna have that all the time. So we need to do this. Single product, that recommended, then show us this thing. So it's gonna have a loader of its own. So we can check. Single product, well, we know that we are gonna have single product, but is recommended gonna be there? And then if it is, then do that. Else, show us a p tag of loading recommended. There we go. There we go. There we go. Right? Yeah. No, but why you did this again? I thought I fixed you. This is disappointing. Why? You know what? Maybe let's not set it yet. Let's not do that. Let's straight away call this with response.data. And we are going to set single product. So wait a second. As soon as we have the response, we are going to wait, what am I doing? Focus. So as soon as I have this, I want to call hi. Maybe assign data, and I'm gonna pass response.data. And then we're gonna create a function called assign data. Const assign data. You can also call it merge data, that's fine. I just didn't want to do it all in the .then part. Assign data, and here we're gonna get data. And then what did we have? Yeah, so our data. No. Wait a second. No. Our assigned data is gonna be product and response.data. So we're gonna pass it as an object to be less confusing, even though I know it doesn't sound like that. Recommended, like this, which then means that once we go to assign data here, we're gonna have our product as well as recommended. And then we do const data equals dash, what is this? Dash product, and then recommended, and then how are you working? Yeah, good. And then we're gonna do set single product, and we're gonna do data. Fucking hell, why? You're kidding me. Why you keep on happening? Oh my god. Okay, at this point, I'm more than sure that this is something extremely obvious that I just don't see. What is going on? I have no idea. So whenever I'm trying to set the single product, it just doesn't let me. I told you something wrong with set single product. It's like recursive function without end. Well, but set single product, it's a function that we get from React. So from this hook, from useState. The use effect that calls get single product, but then it also depends on single product. Could this be cousin loop? Yeah. Can you see what inside the set single product function? No. I can't. It's in the use state. There's nothing to see here. But it is most likely this thing. I'm just not sure how to use it in a way that it's not gonna mess it up. Why are you being called all the time? I'm telling you, it's because we're updating the hook and the hook starts like updating itself and calling itself again. It causes a re-render. Once we set any state, it causes a re-render. What if let me try something out. Oh my god. Are you freaking joking me? Oh, no way. Why? I have been doing this for so many times and it has never caused this kind of crap. Try console log to see what's inside set single product. It's not about the set single product function itself. So the set single product, what it does, it sets single product. And since it's a state, it's being reactive. So it causes a re-render, which means that whenever we have like a use effect or something or a component that depends on it, it's gonna re-render it. And that's what's happening. What am I doing wrong? I have done this dozens of times. Why I cannot see what's going on? Does the GitHub repo has latest code? I might want to give it a try tomorrow. Yeah, I always push the latest code after a stream, so feel free to try it out. And let me know on Instagram if you managed. Because YouTube doesn't really have like a good way to communicate with people after the stream is over. So let me know. Do I even need the use state here? What if I just do single products? No, I do need the state because if I'm not gonna use the state and I'm just gonna do like a variable single products, then it's not gonna work because then the component will not know that it's updated and it's not gonna re-render, which is what we need. But only once. So for the experiment's sake, let's cut this out from here and let's put it in here. Yeah, we have a nested thing, but it's fine. damn it! Cannot help itself, huh? Wait a second. So what happens now is that as soon as the page loads, as soon as we see the data, we see that it starts re-rendering. So maybe here we need to do that. Use effect. Wow. I'm speechless. Like, I have zero idea why this thing doesn't work. Okay, you know what? I don't care. Like, at this point, I really don't care. Let's revert everything I had. I liked it when it was like this. Yeah. And the get recommended is being called in here. I'm just gonna console log it. I'm gonna comment it. We're gonna comment this. Move like that. Refresh. Okay. So we're gonna keep it like this, and in here, wait, we have our get single product here, so we don't need it in here. Yep. All right. So we only need the single product, and this is gonna happen once we figure things out. And for now, let's just split it into smaller components, and maybe later on it's gonna make a little bit more sense. Is it the last page to design? Sorry, I missed other streams. No, it's not. We have more things to come. This is just the second page that we're designing so far. And right now we're just doing this part. So we kind of have this going on. We were trying right now to have this, but you know, it doesn't. Patrick says, you're amazing. Thank you. Not many people watch it live, but they will later on. Yeah, hopefully. I mean, for me, it's easy to do it live and then save it for later. And I don't need to edit those videos and spend time on it. Because if you watched any of my previous videos, like with the clone UIs or the API challenges, well, API challenges were fine, but clone UIs, they take so long that one day I even had to sit for like 12 hours straight to edit them in order to make them, I don't know, as a proper video. But, you know, now we're live. But thank you. So I wanna put this into components. Most of the people are afraid to do anything live. I mean, I can understand that. It's a little bit scary. Just need to... I wouldn't say that I'm not a little bit apprehensive of doing stuff live. But it's okay. It humbles you. Humbles you really much. That was very good English. Humbles you a lot. That's what I meant. Okay, let's start with probably title. And I don't know how we're gonna go about it. Oh, okay, you know what? This one, I'm gonna rename it to a product card because actually it's a product card. Product card. And this one is gonna be product card. Card. Yes. I could also, this one is actually quite similar to what we have, with the exception of the size. So we might need to extract that. Let's do that. Product price. No, I wanted to put here this part. This one. So in here I would expect a price. And let's compare. Oh, it doesn't go smaller. Okay, so we have our product card where we have text medium. And then we have our product where with the price we have text extra large, and I think that's the only difference. Padding top, margin left 4, padding top, yeah. So I think we just need to pass it a boolean of is large, and then we're gonna do something funky here like this. And we're gonna do here, we're gonna check if is large, then LG, else it's gonna be an MD. There we go. We can remove the return because this is gonna be a stateless functional component, just like back in the days React used to have. And product price. Let's use it now in product. So instead of this, price, it's gonna be single product dot price, and we're gonna say that is large. Being live proves that you are professional and have the knowledge and experience, not a cheater, as there are many in the web. Well, thank you. I mean, I just show the experience that I have. I might not have like the, you know, the biggest experience out there, but I have some stuff I can show. And my main point of streaming live is also this kind of part of showing that you don't have to know everything in order to code. You just kind of need to figure out your way and find solutions, and things are just gonna fall eventually into place. So yeah, by kind of like showing that, you know, couldn't figure out this Axios thing, couldn't figure out the fetching right now, it happens, and I hope that less people are gonna feel discouraged by that, and that we're gonna be talking more openly about it, because I am quite sick of those people, as you mentioned, that like the cheaters, the ones that are like, oh, I know this and this and this and this, and then eventually it's just like a lot of talking, you know. Most people know only the small bits. Yeah, I mean, everybody has their own road, right? I just don't like when people say that they know more than they do, or they kind of like overpromise things like massively. And yeah. What do you mean by cheater? Using Google and copy paste is not cheating. No, I don't know what Piotr meant, but if you're asking me, I'm using Google, I'm doing copy paste all the time. I'm talking about like for example, there are some people who say that, I don't know. There are some like cases when people say that they're like leads and tech leads and everything, and that they know everything, but they don't have anything to back it up with, you know? So, I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't know. I just face sometimes people that they know how to talk very well, but when it comes to... Oh, okay, I have an example. So I had once an incident where I was talking to a person. So it was 3 of us, and if Renee is in here, hi Renee, you could probably confirm that. We were talking about async await, and there was this 3rd person who was involved in our conversation and was saying like, oh yeah, like, this person was reviewing our code and saying, oh, why don't you use async await instead of .then? And I was like, yeah, I guess you could do that. And then the other person that I just named, Renee, he challenged that person and said, well, he said, I don't know how to do it. If you're recommending it and you know how to do it, here's the keyboard, can you do that? And that person straight away kind of like, no, I cannot do it right now. I need to go. I need to, you know, this kind of thing. So it's kind of like, don't do that. It's really sucky, and it's kind of like, so that person kind of like made you feel bad for not necessarily knowing how to apply, let's say in that situation, async await for that code. But then that person also could not show you how to do that. So those are the people that I have a problem with. Lol, Techly is a cheater. He made a fake crypto coin and stole people's money. Check it out. Yeah, I know. I know it's not only about the crypto, it's also about the product that he's selling right now. I, in general, have a lot of... Let's not go there. It's not my thing. Let's just put it like that. But yeah, that was like one part of the situation where I've experienced something live. Not on here, like live in life. So yeah. Those are kind of like the cheaters. And again, I don't know how those people make it in life and how far they go. But I guess, you know, at some point where nobody challenged them, then they could probably get far. Sometimes they shout for big money and they don't teach you anything. Yeah. There are a couple of like big time scammers that are doing that, which is really like, I don't want to be part of that community. I want to be part of a community that is encouraging people to learn, encouraging people to get better in code, and that they can get jobs, get better, and, you know, get money, get into tech, deliver great products for all of us, and we can all be happy. There is enough space for everybody. There is no need to scam anybody. I don't think there is ever a need to scam anybody. That's just not part of my game, ever. So, product price. Let's also put it in the product card. But we don't need to put the is large because this time we don't want the large one. Because we're doing, let me show you. Cannot resolve. Why? Wait a second. So where was it? I did it in product. Product price, cannot resolve it. Oh, right, because this is pages. I need to go, I need to go into components, and then here, should be fine. Yeah, there we go, there's our price. And now if we go to the home, this is our price that I'm gonna be replacing now. Hello, hello, how you doing? Come, no, the doggy woke up, sorry. Had a good nap? You had a good nap? Probably the music was too loud, that's why she woke up. And it's time for our walk soon, I guess. That's why she's also like watching me. Like, are you done? Are you done talking to your computer already? Sometimes I think what they think about us humans, right? Like animals. They're like those humans that they open their laptop in the morning and they stare at it non-stop. They talk to themselves, they pretend to bash the keyboard, and then what? So, product price, product card, there, that's where I wanted to put it. Here it's gonna be just price, and let's import it. Product price. Oh yeah, cool. Yes. Boom, nice. They're just happy. Yeah. You wanna go here? You wanna go here? You wanna say hi? Come. Marina. No, come here. Opa. There we go. There we go. Wanna say hi? Look there. There you go. What is happening here? Look, this is a mic. Where's one the mic? So we have our product price. And then what else we want? Oh, I wanted to do product title, right? She's cute. Oh, an extra, yeah. I have her until beginning of September, so I'm really trying to. That's why I actually took holidays from work, because I want to spend more time with her. She's the best. She's really the best. Okay, what do we want to do? Hey Norby, thanks for subscribing. Did you subscribe? Did you subscribe? Did you subscribe to my channel? Lady, did you subscribe to my channel? Okay, let me put her in bed. She's kind of disappointed, but okay. I think I have like half an hour and then we need to go for a walk. I don't want to push the limits. So let's put this. So product title I said, right? Let's do this quick. Do you have any schedule of these live streams? Where is the next one so I can plan it? Yes, so usually I wanted to stream, not usually I usually stream every day at 7:15 Central European Summer Time, PM, so in the evening. But because I injured my wrist, this is gonna be the last stream until, let me tell you which date. Where is my calendar? Until the 30th. So on the 30th, 30 on the 30th of August, I'm gonna be back and gonna be streaming every day from Monday to Friday. This is usually my schedule. I thought about like having a schedule for like a page, but I just put like the banner on my channel that I stream daily from 7:15. Where from you stream? You mean where am I based, or the software? If you mean geographically, then I'm located in Germany at the moment. Also, I don't know if you have Instagram, but I usually update whenever, if I don't go live or if I do go live in like different time than my schedule, then I drop a note there. If that's an option for you, then happy to connect there. Country, right. Yes, we're gonna go on a walkie. Yes. I promise you we're gonna go. I cannot, she's giving me like the guilty look, like, are you done? So we want you to use it here. No. You know, it's like when you want to paste something and then you press, instead of Command V, you press Command C. And they're just like, great. Oh, you cannot see her, but she's sitting behind me, like turned away. Like she's ignoring me. Oh no. Product title. So I want to pass the name. And the type. We can also do later on some prop types. I don't know why I keep it for the end usually. It's probably not a good idea, but yeah, that's what it is. Heidi! Title. Okay. So, it has been 3 hours and my doggy is crying at the door, so I think it's time to end this stream. Yeah, I need to take her out. So do you still use classes or functions only? So since there is the new React, I categorically avoid using classes because I don't see the benefits of them. Because of the new update that now you have the use state, you have use effects, you have all these use something that are called React hooks, and you can use them in functional components, which are much nicer in my opinion. I don't use classes anymore, and that actually was the reason why in the beginning I didn't like React and I used only Vue.js. But after React came through with this update, it became reasonable to use it, and now I'm using it like that. You're still gonna encounter classes in older code for sure. And they have the whole lifecycle events are a little bit different there. But yeah, I don't do any kind of like tutorials on classes. So, because I think it's kind of outdated. Bye Dana, thanks for the stream, really appreciate it. Want to try along just to learn Tailwind and Flux. Yay, cool. We're gonna be back on the 30th of August. Let's meet here again, 7:15 p.m. or maybe we can meet earlier. You know that on YouTube there is this, if you go to my channel, there is a tab called discussions. I'm gonna drop a line there when I'm gonna go live the next time. So like a day or two in advance. For example, on the, maybe like next weekend, I'll update. I'll see how my wrist is doing and how things are. So, or maybe let's connect on Instagram. You know, it's much easier for me there. So till 30th, yes. And I'm gonna push everything that I did now to GitHub, even though it doesn't work like the best way, but it's you know, if you want to play around with it, go for it. Let me then know how you did it, and we can discuss it on the 30th. So, I'm gonna wish you a good day, evening, night, wherever you are. As always, stay safe, and I'm gonna see you on the 30th of August. Okay, then happy holidays. Thank you, Piotr. Thank you for joining. Thank you, everybody, for joining, and see ya. Bye.